Beloved, listen closely, because what I am doing in your life now is bigger than what you can see. You may feel like everything around you has been shaking, but this shaking is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to remove what was blocking you. Every delay you faced was protection. Every rejection you felt was redirection. Every unanswered prayer was timing being aligned. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. I am placing you in a space where you will no longer have to force anything to work. What is meant for you will arrive with ease. What belongs to you will not pass you by. You have cried prayers in secret that I am about to answer publicly. You have carried burdens that I am now lifting off your shoulders. You have waited long enough, and the shift you have been praying for is already happening. Do not be afraid when doors close suddenly, because better ones are opening quietly. Do not be alarmed when people distance themselves, because I am bringing connections that speak to your purpose. Everything that exits your life now is making room for everything I promised you. I am guiding your steps even when you feel uncertain. I am clearing your path even when you feel stuck. I am working behind the scenes even when you feel nothing moving. Trust that something greater is unfolding for you. You will soon see breakthroughs that feel like miracles. You will receive answers that make your spirit rest. You will experience peace that replaces all the worry you carried for years. This is the season where your tears turn into testimonies, your struggles turn into strength, and your waiting turns into winning. Do not fear what you cannot see yet, because I have already gone ahead of you. What you are stepping into will not look like your past. It will not feel like your old battles. It will not repeat the pain you survived. You are stepping into favor, protection, clarity, and restoration. Everything lost will be replaced with better. Everything broken will be restored with strength. Everything stolen will be returned with increase. Your story is about to shift so quickly that even you will be surprised by how suddenly things change. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith steady. Keep your spirit ready. What is coming is worth every moment you had to wait. Beloved, I have been waiting for this exact moment to speak into your life, and what you are receiving now is not normal speech but words with power to lift the heavy places of your heart, and before another second passes I need you to know I see you, I know exactly where you stand and what you face, I know the silent battles, the hidden tears, the fears that rise when everything gets quiet, and I want you to understand you did not reach this moment by accident because nothing in your journey is random, and every step was guided to bring you here, even the video suggestion, the restlessness that would not let you scroll away, the small voice urging you to click, and the hunger in your soul that made you stay, because I need to tell you something that will shift your entire path, so do not leave before hearing this, because I know the weight you wake up with each morning, the tightness in your chest, the swirling worry that steals your peace, the fear that says you are running out of time, options, and hope, and I know the quiet battles that no one else notices, the effort it takes to hold yourself together when you feel like breaking inside, the smile you force to hide the pain, the encouragement you give while your own heart feels empty, and you have become skilled at pretending you are fine, but I see all of it, I see the real you, not the version you show people, not the perfect image you post online, not the strong mask you wear around family, but the person who is exhausted from acting okay, tired of carrying everything alone, wanting to be truly known and loved without having to earn it, and I am here to tell you something that will change everything. You are completely known, every thought, every fear, every tear, every moment of your life is seen by me with full attention, and you are loved with a love that does not depend on your strength, performance, or perfection. A love that existed before you were born and will outlast every storm, because I do not leave what belongs to me, I do not turn away when you fall, and I do not step back when life becomes hard. I am with you now, I have always been with you, and nothing can take you out of my hands, not fear, not guilt, not sadness, not mistakes, not failure, not darkness, not even death, and I know you have felt invisible as if your voice does not matter, your presence brings nothing, and your absence would go unnoticed. But that is a lie meant to keep you small because the enemy knows your potential, your power, and your calling, and fears what will happen once you realize who you are, because you are not ordinary, not replaceable, not random, you carry my presence into every space, you shift the atmosphere when you enter a room, because where you stand I stand, where you speak I speak, and when you show kindness my healing flows through you, and you are never alone, never forgotten, never abandoned. And the very thought that you are isolated is meant to distract you from the strength you carry, and I know you have prayed about something again and again, wondering if I hear you, if I care, if your prayers reach me at all, and you have started to doubt whether I will respond. But I tell you now, I have heard every word, every silent cry, every painful whisper, every prayer spoken and unspoken, and I have collected every tear, recorded every request, and been working behind the scenes, arranging timing, moving pieces, preparing people, and aligning resources you do not yet see, and your answer is on the way soon, not far away, not someday, but soon, because things are shifting even as you listen, doors are unlocking, people are being prepared, opportunities are forming, and provision is moving toward you, and I have not forgotten you or overlooked you for a moment, but before we go forward there is something we must confront, something heavy that has been blocking your blessings, and that is unforgiveness. Because someone hurt you deeply, and the pain still lingers, whether that hurt came from a parent who failed you, a partner who betrayed you, a friend who abandoned you, a leader who misused you, or someone who wounded you without even knowing, and you have held on to that pain believing anger is a shield and bitterness will keep you safe, believing refusing to forgive gives you control, but unforgiveness does not protect you, it poisons you, it keeps you tied to the person who hurt you, giving them space in your mind that should belong to peace and healing, and every time you replay what happened you let them hurt you again, and every time you imagine revenge you tighten the chains around yourself, and as long as you hold on to bitterness you cannot walk into the freedom, healing, and blessing I want to give you, because unforgiveness is drinking poison hoping the other person suffers while you are the one damaged, but forgiveness is not saying what they did was okay. It is not reopening the door to be hurt, it is not trusting someone who broke trust, and it is not pretending the pain never happened. Forgiveness is releasing yourself from the grip of the past, choosing freedom over anger, choosing healing over bitterness, choosing peace over pain, and taking back the power you gave away. And right now I am asking you to let go, open your heart, and place that pain in my hands, trusting that I, not you, will handle justice, because I saw what happened, I know the truth behind every wound, I know the depth of your pain, and I know how to bring justice in a way that heals you fully. And when you release this burden you will feel the weight lift from your soul, your mind will breathe again, your heart will lighten, and the blessings that have been held back will begin to flow, because forgiveness is the key that unlocks the next chapter of your life, and I am ready to take you there the moment you let this go. Beloved, when you release what has been hurting you, you open the door for healing to enter, and I want you to understand that forgiveness is not weakness, it is strength. It is choosing not to let your past control your future, it is choosing to rise above what was meant to destroy you, and once you let go you will feel chains breaking, old heaviness lifting, and your spirit breathing again, because I am ready to bring you into a new season. A season where you no longer walk with the weight of old wounds, where you no longer fight battles that drain your soul, and where you no longer carry the guilt, fear, and shame that were never yours to hold, and I need you to hear me clearly. The pain you went through was not wasted, every tear, every night you cried, every moment you thought you were breaking actually made you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what is coming next, because you survived what was meant to crush you, you endured what others would have walked away from, you stayed standing through storms that should have drowned you, and because of that there is a strength inside you that you do not even fully see yet, but I see it, and I have been shaping you through it all, and now the season you are stepping into will not look like the season you are coming out of, because I am shifting things in your life, I am removing what no longer serves you, I am closing doors that lead to pain, I am blocking paths that harm you, and I am opening new doors that will bless you, lift you, and align you with your purpose, and there are people who will enter your life in this next chapter who will support you, honor you, and value you, because I am sending connections that match your heart, not your hurt, and you will begin to see why certain people walked away, why relationships ended, why friendships faded, why opportunities closed, because I was protecting you from what you could not see. And I know you wondered why things did not work out the way you hoped, but everything that left your life made space for what is coming, and what is coming is greater than anything you lost, because I am replacing sorrow with joy, fear with peace, lack with abundance, confusion with clarity, loneliness with connection, and worry with confidence, and I want you to know that the things you thought were delays were actually preparation, the waiting was not punishment, it was protection, and I was teaching you patience, teaching you strength, teaching you resilience, and teaching you to depend on me more than on what you see, because now when I open the door, you will be ready for what is behind it, and I am also restoring things you thought were gone forever, dreams you buried, hopes you abandoned, goals you walked away from, and parts of yourself you thought were lost, and I am breathing life back into your purpose, because the world has not seen the best of you yet, and you have not seen the best of me yet. And I want you to understand that this next chapter will not be built on fear but on faith, not on past pain but on future promise, not on wounds but on wisdom, and you will look back on this moment and realize this was the turning point, the moment everything shifted, the moment your heart opened, the moment your spirit awakened, because I am making all things new in your life, and you will begin to see signs of change in your thoughts, in your emotions, in your opportunities, in your connections, and even in the way you speak to yourself. Because I am renewing your mind, strengthening your spirit, and guiding your steps, and I need you to trust me even when you do not understand, trust me when things are unclear, trust me when the path looks uncertain, trust me even when it feels slow, because I am working in ways you cannot see yet, and soon you will understand why I allowed certain things and delayed others, and you will realize that everything I did was for your good, for your protection, for your growth, and for your future. And you are entering a time where your effort will produce results, where your tears will produce harvest, where your patience will produce open doors, and where your faith will produce miracles, and I need you to stay ready, stay expectant, stay open, because blessings that have been held back are about to be released, prayers you forgot you prayed are about to be answered, and situations you thought were impossible are about to turn in your favor. And all I ask is that you keep walking, keep believing, keep trusting, because what is coming is bigger than what you asked for and better than what you imagined. Beloved, I have been waiting for this very moment to speak directly to your heart, and what you are about to hear is not ordinary speech but words with power to change the parts of your life touched by struggle, pain, and disappointment, and before another second passes I need you to know that I see you, I know exactly where you are right now, I know the battles you have been fighting in silence, the tears you cried when no one was around, the fears that rise in the quiet moments when everything else fades away. And I want you to understand that you did not arrive here by chance, because nothing is accidental with me, and every step that brought you to this moment was guided, even the video suggestion, the restlessness that kept you scrolling, the curiosity that made you click, and the hunger in your spirit that made you stay, because I drew you here to tell you something that will change the whole direction of your life. So do not leave before hearing this, because I know why. You are here and I know what has been weighing on you, the heaviness you feel each morning, the anxious thoughts that wrap around your mind like chains you cannot break, the fear that whispers you are running out of time, options, and hope, and I know the invisible battles you fight, holding yourself together while feeling like you are falling apart inside, putting on a face that says you are okay while barely getting through the day, waking up tired, going to bed anxious, smiling in public while breaking in private, supporting others while needing support yourself, becoming skilled at hiding your pain and keeping up appearances. But I see past all of it. I see the real you, not the version you show others, not the image you display online, not the strong act you put on for your family, but the tired soul behind the mask who is exhausted from pretending, tired of performing, and longing to be known, seen, and loved without earning it or proving anything, and I am here to tell you something that will shift everything. You are known fully. There is not a thought you have that I do not understand, not a fear I have not noticed, not a tear I have not seen, not a moment of your life that escaped my attention, and you are deeply seen, not from a distance, not with judgment, but with understanding and steady focus, and you are loved not because of what you do or how strong you try to be or how well you hold things together, but because love is my nature and you belong to me. You did not earn this love and you cannot lose it. It does not depend on your perfection or consistency. It existed before your first breath and will remain after your last. Because I do not abandon what is mine, I do not leave my children, I do not leave when you fail, and I am with you now. I have always been with you, and I will always be with you, and nothing can separate you from this love, not fear or failure or shame or sin or doubt or darkness or even death, and I know you have felt invisible and unheard, as if your presence does not matter and your voice makes no difference, as if you could disappear and no one would notice. But that is a lie designed by an enemy who fears what will happen when you step into who you truly are, because you are not small, not ordinary, not replaceable, not random. You carry my presence, you hold my glory, you represent my kingdom wherever you go. And when you enter a room the atmosphere shifts because I am with you. When you speak, your words carry weight because I speak through you. When you show kindness, healing flows because my power moves through you. And you are never alone, you have never been alone, and you will never be alone. and the very idea that you are forgotten or abandoned is a deception meant to hide the authority you carry and the influence you have, and I know there is something you have prayed about for a long time, something you keep bringing to me wondering if I hear you or care or plan to answer, and you have begun to doubt whether your prayers reach me at all. But let me make this clear, I have heard every single word, every whisper in the dark, every desperate cry, every silent groan too deep for words, every prayer spoken aloud and every one kept inside your thoughts, and I have collected every tear, recorded every request, and worked behind the scenes in ways you cannot see, arranging circumstances, aligning people, preparing resources, and setting the right timing, and your answer is coming. Soon, not far away, not someday, but soon, because pieces are moving right now, doors are unlocking, people are being placed, and resources are heading your way, and I have not forgotten you or ignored you or turned away, but before we move forward there is something that needs to be addressed, something that has been slowing you down and creating distance between us and blocking blessings meant for you, and that is the unforgiveness in your heart. Because someone hurt you deeply, betrayed you, abandoned you, rejected you, or wounded you in a way that still hurts, whether it was recent or long ago, whether it was a parent who should have protected you, a spouse who should have loved you, a friend who should have stayed loyal, a leader who should have guided you, or someone who hurt you without meaning to, and you have held onto that pain like a shield, believing anger protects you, bitterness keeps you safe, and refusing to forgive gives you power. But it does not work that way. Unforgiveness does not protect you, it damages you, it does not give you power over them, it gives them power over you, keeping you tied to their actions and forcing you to carry them in your heart, taking space meant for peace, joy, and freedom, and every time you replay what happened you let them hurt you again, every time you imagine what you wish you had said you hand them the knife again, and every time you dream of revenge you tie yourself tighter to the pain. And as long as you hold on to bitterness you cannot walk into the freedom, blessing, and breakthrough waiting for you, because unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer, but it harms only you, and forgiveness is not approving what they did or pretending it was okay or opening the door to be hurt again or trusting someone who proved untrustworthy, but forgiveness is releasing yourself from the prison of resentment, choosing peace over bitterness, taking back your power, and refusing to let their actions control your emotions or your future, and I am asking you right now to let it go. Open your hand, release them into my justice, and trust that I will handle what you cannot because I am a righteous judge. Beloved, I need you to understand that you are stepping into a season where the things that once frightened you will no longer intimidate you, the things that once held you down will lose their grip on you, and the things that once confused you will finally make sense, because I am clearing the fog that has surrounded your mind, I am removing the heaviness that has been sitting on your heart. And I am breaking the patterns that kept you repeating the same painful cycle over and over again, and you will begin to notice small shifts at first, tiny signs that something inside you is changing, moments where peace sits where anxiety used to sit, moments where confidence rises where fear used to take over, moments where hope whispers louder than doubt, and these small signs are proof that healing has already begun, because I am working from the inside out, changing your thoughts, strengthening your emotions, rebuilding your spirit, and restoring the parts of you that life tried to destroy. And you will soon walk with a boldness that surprises even you, not because your situation magically changed, but because you changed within your situation, and I am preparing you for opportunities that require a stronger version of you, for blessings that require a wiser version of you, and for connections that require a healthier version of you, so do not be discouraged by the internal stretching happening inside you, because this is how growth feels right before expansion, and I want you to know that I am bringing you into a time where your voice will carry more authority, where your presence will carry more impact, and where your gifts will make room for you in places you once thought were out of reach, because you are stepping into alignment with who you truly are, not the broken version you believed yourself to be, not the tired version that has been surviving day by day, but the version of you that was created with purpose, clarity, fire, and vision. And I am removing the people who drain you, the environments that limit you, the habits that weaken you, and the thoughts that lie to you, because you cannot step into your next chapter attached to what is meant for your past, and though some of these endings may hurt, they are necessary shifts to protect your destiny, because I know the battles you will face and the blessings you will carry, and I am shaping you to handle both. And I want you to know that I am also bringing justice to situations where you were wronged, restoring what was taken from you, healing the parts of you that were damaged, and turning every injustice into a setup for elevation, because nothing done against you has gone unnoticed and nothing done to harm you will remain without consequence, and you will see how I turn the very things that tried to break you into the things that build you, and the doors that shut in your face will be replaced with doors that open without effort, because no one can block what I have ordained for your life, and you are entering a season where what used to be difficult will become easy, what used to feel heavy will feel light, and what used to feel impossible will unfold right in front of you, and I need you to prepare your heart for blessings that come suddenly, breakthroughs that happen quickly, shifts that appear out of nowhere, because when I move in ways that exceed expectations, and I will do things in your life that make you say, only God could have done this, and I want you to stay open, stay expectant, and stay aligned, because the next part of your journey is not about survival, it is about rising, stepping into your identity, owning your worth, walking with confidence, trusting your purpose, and living from a place of freedom instead of fear, and you will soon see that everything you walked through was shaping you for everything you are about to walk into, and your story is far from over, your best days have not passed, your breakthroughs are closer than ever, and the next chapter of your life will be filled with clarity, peace, restoration, growth, and blessings that will overflow into every part of your life, because I am not finished with you, I am just getting started. Beloved, hear me because this moment carries weight and purpose. You have walked through storms that tried to break you, but you did not fall. You faced nights where the silence felt louder than your prayers, yet you kept your hope alive. I saw the tears you never spoke about, the worry you hid behind your smile, and the strength you used when you felt empty inside. Nothing you endured has been wasted. Every battle, every delay, every closed door has been shaping you for what is coming next. You are entering a season where what once felt heavy will begin to lift, where what once confused you will suddenly make sense, and where what once felt far away will start coming toward you. I am removing the things that drained your spirit and making room for blessings that fit your future. Do not fear the changes happening around you, for they are not meant to harm you but to guide you. You are not losing anything that was meant to stay. You are stepping away from what was holding you back. Something greater is being prepared for your hands, something brighter is being aligned for your path. You will soon understand why you had to walk through what seemed unfair, why certain people left, why plans shifted, why your heart felt stretched in ways you didn't expect. I was preparing you for a breakthrough that requires a stronger version of you. And now that strength has risen inside you. Stand firm, because everything that tried to stop you will soon be under your feet. Stand ready, because blessings that once seemed delayed will suddenly arrive without warning. Stand open, because opportunities you never imagined are being released with your name on them. The battles you survived were proof of your endurance, the blessings coming are proof of my promise. Do not doubt what I am doing. Do not question your worth. Do not fear your future. What is ahead of you is far greater than what is behind you, and nothing can stop what I have already set in motion for you. Your story is shifting. Your season is changing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. I am with you, and I am not finished with you yet.